swimming, and I also got into diving. Blind diving, and if you've never seen blind diving in the Paralympics, and you have a chance to take it in, do so. You will be amazed. What makes blind diving so interesting is they don't tell you the height of the board. You just jump off as much as you can before you hit the water. Our last event was in Niagara Falls. The hotel had a revolving door. It's been 3 hours shot in that damn thing. Me and 2 other blind guys. Nobody stopped us. They thought we were racing.
You're watching stand-up comic and motivational speaker Gord Paynter. Gord's motivational presentation, Leave 'Em Laughing, is a unique blend of humor and eye-opening reality.
I want to tell you how much I appreciate your laughter, your applause. Some of you will know that being a stand-up comic was always my dream, that this was what I wanted to do. I wanted to get up in front of audiences like this and to attempt to make people laugh. I think it's important that everybody have dreams, have goals in life, of things you want to do, of things you want to achieve. It's equally important that you are realistic. Well, I would hope that the question among you all is, how realistic was I being when I chose to become a stand-up comic? If you were to ask my friends, neighbors, uncles, aunts, or parents, they would all tell you, no, I was not being very realistic. But according to the one person that really counted, myself, I thought my chances were pretty good. Because I have discovered, as I know all of you here today have discovered, you are your very own best judge and jury. And you know better than anybody else whether you have the talent, the ability, the determination to make it, to reach your goal. En route to goals, we all experience challenges and obstacles, but I can tell you that blindness was the biggest, meanest, ugliest challenge I ever experienced. And it very nearly beat me. When I could see, there were lots of times I thought of quitting. This dream to become a comic just seemed silly, stupid, impossible. But every time I thought like that, something happened to encourage me. Well, I know some of you are familiar with my story that I lost the eyesight as a result of diabetes. And I would suspect we have 1 or 2 diabetics here today, or you know someone who's a diabetic. I mean, diabetes is very, very common. And you're probably also aware, though, that not all diabetics go blind. I was a bad diabetic. Whatever the doctors, the nurses, whatever friends, family, whatever they told me to do, I went out and did the opposite. And I did the opposite simply because nobody was going to tell me how to run my life.
Years of experience have taught Gord what a valuable tool comedy is to deliver a message. Throughout the show, Gord eases back and forth from serious moments to more lighthearted ones.
No, Catherine and I, we have a great relationship. We have a lot of fun. We're like any couple, we have our disagreements. We had a little disagreement this morning over choosing new wallpaper for our dining room. She liked the floral print, I chose bubble wrap. Trust, you know? Like, I will say this, my wife and I, we have our disagreements, our arguments, but she does not yell at me. If she's angry, she moves the furniture. I scraped together some money. I went off to Europe for 3 months. 3 months in Europe. Greece, Italy, France, Germany, Belgium, Holland, England. And in the final week, I found myself in northern Wales, a city called Conway. I'm sitting in this pub. I'm having a couple of beers, a bite to eat. And all of a sudden, without any forewarning, no pain at all, this red, furry, fuzzy pink fog began to drift down over my field of vision. I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to know. Shut my eyes for several moments. But with a growing sense of fear, of terror, I slowly reopened my eyes. And now this fog entirely blanketed my field of vision, and all the images in the distance were distorted, misshapen. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I couldn't walk up to somebody in the pub and say, I'm losing my eyesight, I'm going blind. Those words were not within me. So instead, I paid the bill. I shuffled awkwardly out of the pub back out onto the empty streets. It was about 10:30 at night in early February. The streets were empty and cold. But you know what I found right away was that the light now cast by the street lamps was all in that same reddy, pinky fog. And that was my first moment where I calmed down. And I realized, okay, I'll follow the street lamps back towards my hotel. And the doors of the hotel were open, so the light from the lobby was spilling out, and I could use that to get through there. Finally, back to my room, locking the door behind me, I sat down on my bed, took out my travel diary, and I turned the pages at the back of the book, because I knew those pages would be blank. And I wrote, I no longer can see to read or write. I guess this must be blind. And I wish I could tell you here today that there was one single second or one great moment that turned my life around, when I knew I was okay, that I was going to make it. But in fact, it was a long, slow series of events that led me back into comedy. I've ended up in comedy, and I get to travel all across North America several times a year, and I love it. And I'm still learning. No two shows are ever the same. And when I say no two shows are the same, are there any 2 days here at work that are the same? Any 2 days among your friends or your family that are the same? No. Exactly. And I love that sense of challenge. And I feel very fortunate because I'm unique. No more unique than any of you people, but unique as a comic because there aren't a lot of blind comics in North America. And the other thing that I like about blindness, it's taught me how much I enjoy, how much I love a challenge. The bigger that challenge, the more I like it. It's like, how can I beat this thing? And what do I have to do to win? And I'll tell you that whatever challenge blindness throws in front of me next, or diabetes, I will try to overcome it before I say can't. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just before I wrap up, I would like to say that I hope that my show or my presentation here today renews in some of you the belief and the faith in your abilities, your talents, to continue to pursue whatever goals, whatever dreams you've set for yourselves. I know that here today, right now in this room, there are individuals who are going through events in their lives who sit in here and think, how do I get through this? I'll tell you this much, you can. If you dig deep enough, search long enough and hard enough, you can overcome any challenge, any obstacle. You first of all believe in yourself, then you go for it.
Gord tailors Leave 'em Laughin' to suit any audience and any occasion. For more information on Gord Paynter, contact the website at www.gordpaynter.ca or email leaveemlaughin@simpatico.ca or call 519-758-0236.